What up, beautiful people? It's your boy here, West, and I'm here to talk to y'all about Love Island. I know I've been away for a couple of episodes, but I had to like sit and enjoy it the way that y'all be sitting and enjoying it. I had a couple teary-eyed moments. The family coming together was a real tough episode for me to watch. I don't know. I know a lot of you are new watching me, and some of you are old watching me, or been there from the beginning. But I lost my mom a couple years back, and so yeah, watching, everyone be able to have access to their mom and their parents come through and family be there was a hard watch. I was crying all over the place. Yeah, if you are or have the ability to have your family in your life currently, then you are blessed. I don't have my mom, don't have a father, never really built a relationship with my father, don't have my brother. I have no family. Yeah. So it was difficult watching that. Casey and TT professing their like for each other and proclaiming to be boyfriend and girlfriend. I thought that was one of the most beautiful displays that I've ever seen on a major popular TV show involving two chocolate individuals. And it was just showcased so amazingly. Um, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go through each couple and give my little tidbits. And yeah, let's get up to speed. Let's have a little conversation. Yeah. You're okay with that? Yeah. Get your snacks, let's sit back and chill. Get a little cocktail or whatever you sipping on. Let me know in the comments what you sipping on or chewing on while watching me. Thank you for tuning in. Like this video, hype this video, and all of that. Leave comments because I read them all. I want to start with Trinity and Bryce. Trinity and Bryce is like the OD favorite couple for the most part, right? But I feel like for me, I feel like Bryce is Caucasian, Trinity is black. Duh, Wes, duh. Does this have to be a race thing? No, it does not. But let's be honest here, okay? So that's the one thing for me. The second thing for me is Bryce is 29, Trinity is 22. Now, for TV, I feel like Trinity is definitely on the mature side of things for her age. But I feel like Bryce at 29 knows the type of show that he's coming into, knows what the potential is going to be leading into this. And I feel like that's the like lead in with all of this. Through time, the two of them have gotten closer. They become buddy buddy. Yeah, they had sex. He cried, being able to pick her. But I feel like we know Love Island is so extremely popular that these people, I feel like everyone in this house or on this show knows what they're coming on for, right? Do I think that Trinity and Bryce will work outside in the real world? I do not. Do I think that they are cute together? Sure, they're cute together. But like sticking together, stay together out in the real world, I just don't see it. You want to talk about people like going through like stuff in here to really prove that they belong together? Trinity and Bryce never really had a full test, in my opinion. Now, will I be shocked if they stay together? Yes. Will I be happy if they stay together? Yes. If what they have is really like real, it's a beautiful thing because I don't want to feel like Bryce is leading in with these emotions to save face on the show. Neither Trinity or Bryce, and I feel like what Trinity said when they had spoke about the race problem or the race elephant in the room, and she cried about that. The both of them had the uh, same kind of thought process about it. That speaks a lot. So again, I won't be shocked if it does not work. If it does work, I'll be happy for them. But I don't know. I have my reservations. I'll just say that. Let's go to Carl and Annayia. You can tell from the jump that Annayia had more affection and an intimate connection with Carl than she had ever had with Casey. Let's be clear. Casey is fine as hell. Casey is a very handsome man. And so Annayia saw that. But let's be clear, Annayia did not want him in the beginning. Annayia didn't even choose a black man in the beginning. Let's be clear. And it doesn't always have to be about race, but it's always about race. Okay. So we're just going to get that out the way. Mind you, none of the chocolate brothers, none of the black men were saved from the Casa boys. Let's be clear. Okay. I digress. But I'm always going to point out the mess. Okay. So, boom, yes, Annayia definitely had, a physical attraction with Carl because she was leg up on Carl, kissing Carl. Even in this episode, Carl leaned in. Casey could never and has never done that with Annayia, right? I felt like Annayia had an amazing TV moment where she cried, and it was, people felt for her, and oh my God, Annayia, we feel so bad. FKC, FKC, whatever. But I felt like Annayia was playing Casey, and Casey was playing Annayia. Annayia was just more respectful with it, more cute with it. Casey is a dude, 23. He was a bit up front with it. Yeah. So that's what it was for me. Do I see Annayia and Carl sticking it through to the very end? No. Do I think that they will be successful in the beginning? Yes. Will I be shocked if they stick it out through the end? No. Because I think what they have is a genuine attraction toward one another. I think it's more so there than Trinity and Bryce, no shade. Do I want Annayia and Carl to work? Sure I do. Whatever makes them happy. Do I think they deserve to win the show? No. Carl's a beautiful guy. I saw the little OnlyFans post that the guys had. Mind you, Sincere didn't take off his underwear, and neither did KC. But Carl was butt naked. Zach was butt naked. Bryce was butt naked. I think Dylan was too. But the ethnic brothers, they said, oh, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing that. Let's move on to Kinsey and Dylan. That's a dub. That's a dub. I don't believe it. I don't think she wants him. And I damn for sure don't think it's gonna last. Will I be shocked if it does? Hell yes, I'll be shocked if Kinsey and Dylan last outside the house. But that was the weakest couple. It made sense for them to leave. Made sense. Made absolute sense. Their family time was great. Cool. Kumbaya, my lord. She pulled the mother together. And they had a little chat. That was cute. But I don't believe it for 1 second. That girl is ready to get away from that man. She is, you can see it in her eyes. She looks frightened. You know what I'm saying? Like, Kinsey has a look of despair. She's in the dark woods at night, okay? And one of the Grim Reapers are coming to get her. And she's stuck and she can't move. Like, it's giving that. You know what I'm saying? It's giving that. Run, Dylan, run. I don't see it working. I just don't. Will I be shocked? Hell yeah. I will be shocked if they stay together. We talked about Trinity and Bryce. We talked about Carl and Annayia. We talked about Kinsey and Dylan. I want to go to Kada and Zach. They're more, I think they're more likely to stick together than the three that I mentioned. No shade. No shade. I feel like they're more likely to stick together than the three that I mentioned because their dynamic is just too um compatible. Like the commonality amongst them is just too clairvoyant to not pay attention to. Like their family dynamic, the way that they are, the way that they look, the things that they want, the things that they say is too similar. I feel like there's more bounce there than the prior three mentioned. Yeah. I feel like Charlie was a great guy on his season. I feel like Charlie is gonna steer his brother in the right way, and I feel like Kayda just wants Zach to be steered in the right way. I feel like Kayda needs to get off of Casey's nuts. Okay? Her desire, wish to be the winner is so crazy to me. She's not winning. She needs to give it up. She needs to hang it up flat screen. Stop being a hater. Yeah? Stop being a hater. You know what I'm saying? Like the look of disgust on her face when it was her and Zach up against TT and KC. She's a hater. She's a hater. Will I be shocked if Casey and Zach, Kada and Zach last? No. I think they're made for each other. I do. I just think they're made for each other. They both hate on the same time. They both look alike on the same time. Like, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. I think they belong together within reason, right? If they don't last, will I be shocked? No. Because I really feel like all of these couples are here for the money. Let's be clear. But they're in the top three and the six. And the top three for me was Zach and Kayda, Sincere and Melanie, and TT and Casey. I want to go to Casey and TT. Stunning, tens across the board, flawless, should have been the clear fire winners. I wasn't able to vote because by the time it was time to vote, I had fell asleep. I was on the phone with baby. I'm on my own Love Island. Yes, indeed. And kind of like Zach and Kada, which, adults can do, I'm taking my time in getting to know him. And this process has been us taking our time, right? We're on 5 months now. It's long distance, so we haven't had many opportunities to really like hang out off the phone. I've spoken to this man every day for 5 months, 5+ months every day. So 150 days I've spoken to the man every single day, right? No one is in the picture. I'm not interested in anybody else being in the picture. People have wanted me because I'm fine as shit. Okay. But no thanks. You know what I'm saying? Am I in love? No. Do I like him or not? Yes. Are we exclusively dating? Yes. But for me, for me, because it's long distance, I need more time to explore what this is. And I told him, I was like, that's like the one thing I feel like we don't have that a normal kind of situation connection would have is being in the same state. We're not in the same state. So he's come down to Atlanta twice. I'll be going to DC. My second time will be July 24th. I'm gonna spend some time with him. And then right after that, we're gonna be on my cruise for 7 days. I'm gonna be with him for 7 days. In that duration of being with him for 7 days, I will feel like or find out at the end if it's boyfriend material. But I'm gonna make that decision. Yeah. He's already ready. He's like the Kada in the mix. I'm like the Zach, but I'm not talking about other bombshells and shit. I send him all the messages these hoes be sending me wanting my D and all this, because I lay down pipe. Yeah. I send him everything. He knows everything. I talk to him about everything. So it is what it is. But I understand the concept of exclusively dating to get to know. Because for me, there's the talking stage. There's the I'm interested in him stage. There's the dating stage. Yeah. There's the exclusively dating stage. Yeah. And then there's boyfriend and girlfriend. I feel like if I'm or boyfriend and boyfriend or girlfriend and girlfriend, whatever. I feel like if I establish someone's my boyfriend, then I've already went through what I need to go through to feel like it's real. Okay. TT and KC were the surefire winners. They're the most compatible people on the show. Period. No one can make me feel any other differently. They are the finest couple on the show. They were the finest couple on the show. Casey is fine as shit, and so is TT. Most compatible, sexiest, amazing. I don't know what's up with Casey's mom. He said she's a woman of few words. Damn for sure it is, because she didn't want to be there, either her back hurt from that long ass flight. I don't know what was going on with moms, but moms did not want to talk. Right. And I felt like the siblings were talking on both ends for both KC and TC. Both moms were not here for it. They don't like Fiji. They do not want to be there. They were tired. Right. I get both same birds of a feather flying together. But the surefire love or like that Casey has for TT is undeniable, and vice versa. I wanted them to win the show. I felt like them being on this popular ass show was just beautiful. And I feel like Kada and Zach, especially Kada, was so freaking happy that, she kicked out TT and KC. She's a hater, bro. She's a hater. Her and Zach belong together. It is what it is. And then we have Sincere and Melanie. Now, we had a revelation tonight. We had a revelation. Sincere has emotions. Sincere is capable of feeling. Today was the first time that we've seen him on an edited episode of Love Island, and he actually cried. He did not cry when Melanie cried to him and broke down in front of him. Oh, no. He cried when his brother, KC, was leaving the show. That says a lot. Says a lot. I could go all over the place with that. But now I know that the little man is human. Because for this whole duration, I felt like he was a fucking robot. Void of emotion. This gorgeous woman, Melanie, is broken down in front of him, and he's just like stoic, like manic face, stiff. Eyebrows don't move. There's no water, tear ducts in his eyes. The man don't feel no emotion. KC, same thing, but his level of emotion is laughing. But Sincere cried because KC was leaving. Mind you, Corbin cried when he was leaving, right? Sincere ain't shed no tears. KC leaves, Sincere is crying. Now, this says a lot to me. What does this say to you, Wes? It says that the man is possible. The man has the ability to grow. This says that the man feels, but it can go both ways. Because I'm kind of, I feel Melanie in her decision, but I'm feeling the sister as well. Hear me out. This man feels nothing when he hurts Melanie. Nothing. It's like poof, like nothing. Like, like his face is so cold. She's crying, she's whimpering, all this in front of her. Like, he feels nothing. The parents, the family came, read him the riot act. He feels nothing. He's stiff. You know what I'm saying? So I can read that as he's completely frightened and doesn't know how to handle his emotions. Or he's so cold and callous that I'm afraid that he understands what he's doing to Melanie and he can't wait to escape. Like, I wanna believe that what he's saying, like, oh, I'll fix it, doesn't matter. I'll fix it with the family. But I want to believe that, right? But because he's so void of emotion with regards to Melanie, I don't know if I can. I don't know if I can. He showed so much emotion when Casey was leaving, but showed none when he heard Melanie, this girl that he's supposed to be caring for. So I don't know how I feel about that. On one side of it, I know that he's capable of emotion. He's not completely void. He cried tonight. But then I'm like, when is he going to show softness to Melanie? In my mind, right? I'm like, I don't know. I just don't know how to teeter-totter that. Melanie, surefire, Melanie is a true chick. I love Melanie. She effed up with the whole kissing Corbin and da-da-da. But ever since then, she's just been a true G. I feel like Melanie is the best chick in the house. Everybody's on Trinity's DICK. She got over 1 million followers, all whoop-de-doo. But I'm completely here for Melanie. I want to see Melanie as a superstar, her story, her arc, everything. I feel like she's the new Olandria. No shade. I do. I feel like she's the new Olandria. She's gorgeous. She needs to be on commercials. She needs to be wherever. I feel that for Melanie. But I also don't know where Sincere fits in that, because they could be the it couple. Let's be clear. These two are tens. Just like Casey and TT, tens. Tens. Fine as shit, these 4 people. Fine as shit. Even Kada and Zach. These top 3 couples, fine as shit. Fine as shit. I'm more team Casey and TT than and then Sincere and Melanie, but Sincere is fine. Sincere is fine. Melanie is fine. And then she used to be a big girl. She got that big girl, turd skinny girl, rags to riches kind of storyline. I see it for Melanie after this. I see it for Melanie all over the place, but it's Sincere going to be able to hold it together because Melanie is going. I feel like Melanie is going to be here and Sincere is going to be here. I feel like Sincere is going to be the new ace. Uh huh. Am I wrong? Am I wrong? I want to be. I want to be wrong. 1,000% I want to be wrong because I believe that they've been tested the most. And I feel like all relationships have a bit of a struggle. And if you stick together and make it work, that's a better story. That's a diamond in the rough. That's a beautiful thing. That's a great Love Island story, right? I just feel like Sincere is so young and lost in the lust of it all, being young. And he's just void of emotion when it comes to Melanie. But I mean, he cried for KC. So I just don't know how to read that. I don't know if his words are sincere or if he's just being manic and just trying to get through. I don't know. I don't know what that is. But I believe Melanie. I understand Melanie. Melanie, I can see her. I can see her. She's the most clairvoyant personality on this show than any of these other broads. Let's be clear. Let's be clear. And then right after that would be right after that would be Trinity. I would give it to Trinity. TC and Trinity are kind of like neck and neck. I feel like Trinity. I feel like TC should have been an original, but I can give it to Trinity too. I don't know. The Bryce and Trinity thing. I'm off that train. I wanted to work for everybody. Let's be clear, but I'm off that train. But Melanie and Sincere, I voted for them tonight because they have the hardest story and it's the most believable in terms of people go through shit. Let's get through this in the real world. It's the best rag to riches story. And I just see Melody going far. And I see if Sincere actually mans up, and becomes a better person, I see Sincere winning in this also. I don't see this as a Olandria shitting on Nick everywhere. You know what I'm saying? You see Olandria everywhere, you don't see Nick nowhere. Mind you, I think Nick is doing fine. I think he's doing fine. But Orlandria's here and Nick is like here. You know what I'm saying? I wish it could be a place where Sincere and Melanie are both here and they're both getting the deals and all of that. But Melanie needs to be all over the place. She's gorgeous. She's gorgeous. What's the girl from Euphoria? Y'all know what I'm talking about. I forget the girl name, but y'all know what I'm talking about. Her, she's with Spider-Man. She gives me her. Just, the girl with Spider-Man is a bit more Avatar-esque, and Melanie is a bit more realistic. You know what I'm saying? Two gorgeous women, let's be clear, but she gives me from another planet. This one gives me from Earth. I know y'all know what I'm saying. I want Melody to win. I felt like when her sister came through and told her all that, I'm like, I hear you, sis, but it's too little too late. That happened 3-4 days ago. And and y'all, we see what we see on the TV, sure. But we don't know what's going on in the house. We don't feel the feelings that's happening in the house. Of course, we're gonna see what's on TV, but that don't mean shit. And I'm glad that Melanie was able to make her own decisions. Of course, everyone wants her to leave, leave Sincere. But she pointed it out. Two things that makes me feel like Melanie is that bitch. Okay? Two things. She told this boy, I want you to make sure you making the right decisions. Let me tell you something. This sounds like a girl that already knows she made it. Because whatever happens, she gonna be golden after this show. She gonna get all the deals or whatever's coming her way, she already got it. It's locked, with or without Sincere. And I feel like she knows this. I feel like she knows this. That whole blank stare that she didn't know she gonna be fine. She gonna be fine. She said, I want you to figure out if this is what you want. Clear down. You know we dealing with an adult broad. She's an adult. She's an adult. Then, right after that, she said that it makes no sense to have gone through all this and this experiment that the viewers and none of us see. We're not in this experience, but in this experience, it don't make sense that she's going through all this and then leave it alone. Because there's no more bombshells. There's no more point of that. Girl, you at the end now. You at the home stretch. You might as well see what this is going to be like. Because let's be clear. You're good with him and you're good without him. And she knows this. Melanie deserves to win. Sincere is just a byproduct of her. But I voted for Sincere and Melanie. They have the best rag to riches story. I feel like it's gonna go to Trinity and Bryce, but it don't need to go to there. And then second, it'll probably go to Carl and fucking Annayia. But like, why? They've only been with each other for 2 days. Let's be clear. Let's be clear. Like, Casey and TT are fine. Annayia and Carl, if they really that good with each other, they'll be fine after the house. They don't need the money. Sincere and Melanie need the coins. And then Bryce, he's 29. He probably got a pension, even though he do garbage trucks. That's cute. But we don't need another Olandria and Nick. We don't. We don't. We need Jennifer Lopez and Bad Bunny. That's what we need. That's what we need. I know that was a horrible metaphor or analogy, but I need y'all to let me know, excuse me, what y'all feel about, let me know how y'all feel. Melanie is Sincere for the win. I hope they get it. I hope they get it. But anyways, leave your comments below. Let me know what you feel. And this is